I can't believe I'm even reporting this. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, says he will arrest any members of Congress who dare to interrupt Benjamin Netanyahu's speech inside of Congress.
Hi, my name is Reese Waters and I'm troubled. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the page. Now, here I am minding my own business when I see this.
I can't believe I'm even reporting this. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, says he will arrest any members of Congress who dare to interrupt Benjamin Netanyahu's speech inside of Congress next week. Again, he is threatening members of America's Congress with arrest if they interrupt a foreign leader giving them advice on what to do. And look at this article. It's from the Times of Israel. How much power does a foreign country have over us where American politicians would be arrested if they spoke out against that dictator, who's apparently a dictator of America too? No country in the world would ever allow something like this. Israel themselves would never allow the President of the United States to ever go visit their version of Congress, the Knesset, to give advice to them. This is absurd. And when Benjamin Netanyahu gives his speech on camera, it is also broadcasting to the world that Israel rules America.
So this man is speaking before Congress, and the GOP is threatening members with arrest for dissent. Meanwhile, this was the last time we saw them in front of our leader.
Enough was enough, and I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother.
My bad. That was the wrong video. That was a deranged man speaking at the RNC convention. This was how they acted at the State of the Union.
30% they went up. The biggest increase in history. It was then. Not really.
So you won't respect the President of the United States of America, but you want to make sure that we respect their leader. Is that about it? Is that what I'm supposed to get from all of this? Now let me ask you this. Does this respect go both ways? Because last I checked, not only is this not the ask when American leaders go there, but this man took our money, does whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and then blamed Biden when he dared to advise, I don't know, a little restraint? Personally, he should feel comfortable. I don't understand why you are trying to tamp down any dissent. I mean, this is like a capo coming to collect a tax, this time in person. And not to mention, how does it look when you try and criminalize dissent? Because that's exactly what this is. You don't go to the lengths of tamping down and then doubling down and criminalizing dissent unless you know there's a significant amount of dissent. Criminalizing dissent only happens when you know you're moving so foul that dissent not only is there, but is overwhelming to the point of people unable to control themselves. That is when you criminalize dissent. And inherent in that is the self-admission of how foul you know that you're moving. This will be almost as crazy as keeping people in marriages they don't want to be in. I know I'm a trash husband, but instead of being decent, I'm gonna make it illegal for you to leave.
And this is one of the great tricks that I think the sexual revolution pulled on the American populace, which is this idea that, like, well, okay, these marriages were fundamentally, you know, they were maybe even violent, but certainly they were unhappy, and so getting rid of them and making it easier for people to shift spouses like they change their underwear, that's going to make people happier in the long term. And maybe it worked out for the moms and dads, though I'm skeptical, but it really didn't work out for the kids.
MAGA logic. We're not going to act right. We're just going to prevent you from complaining.
We all saw what happened last week. We can't let that happen. Hopefully George is looking down right now and saying there's a great thing that's happening for our country. There's a great day for him. It's a great day for everybody.
I especially want to get the attention of all the left-wingers, like all those non-committed voters in Michigan, among others, holding Democratic feet to the fire about the atrocities in Gaza. Just listen to what they're saying.
We bless Israel. We bless Israel. Those who bless Israel shall be blessed.
In that degree program, I didn't research exactly what you teach, but are you familiar with Genesis 12:3?
Probably not as well as you are, Congressman.
Well, it's pretty clear. It was a covenant that God made with Abraham. And that covenant was real clear. If you bless Israel, I will bless you. If you curse Israel, I will curse you. And then in the New Testament, it was confirmed that all nations would be blessed through you.
Now, do you really think that this situation will get better under Trump? Because if you stay uncommitted, that's exactly what you're going to get. Just look at the RNC. They told you what it was.
Let me hear you cheer if you support Israel. Let me hear you cheer if you support Israel.
Trump is even using Palestinian as an insult.
Take a look at that. Look at a guy like Senator Schumer. I've always known him. I've known him a long time. I come from New York. I knew Schumer. He's become a Palestinian. He's a Palestinian now. Congratulations. He was very loyal to Israel and to Jewish people. He's Jewish, but he's become a Palestinian because they have a couple of more votes or something. Nobody's quite figured it out. Israel's the one that wants to go. He said the only one who wants to keep going is Hamas. Actually, Israel is the one, and you should let him go and let him finish the job. He doesn't want to do it. He's become like a Palestinian, but they don't like him because he's a very bad Palestinian. He's a weak one.
Now, that is one of the many things I would be mad about if I was Biden. Just add that to the list. Wow, MAGA hasn't been this blatant in their guilt since they banned any real analysis of American history. By the way, I have an email list that I maintain, and I have a newsletter that I send out periodically as well. I would love for you to get on my email list. Feel free to shoot me a message at reese.waters@gmail.com. That's reese.waters@gmail.com. And the same goes if you have any suggestions for videos, if you have any nominees for Racist of the Week, if you have something that you are troubled by, or you just want to throw me a kudos, feel free to email me. I don't always get a chance to look at all of the comments, but I definitely look at all of the emails and I respond in kind.